The world is still divided on the issue of who to recognize as the president of Venezuela. Late today, while most of the EU says they will recognize Guaido, Italy came out and said, nope, they will not recognize him.
Italy
does not recognize Guaido because our position is that we are totally opposed to the fact that a country or group of third countries can determine internal policies in another nation. It's called the principle of non-interference, and it's guarded under the United Nations. Today, the greatest interest is to avoid a new war in Venezuela, the same mistake that has been made in Libya, which everyone recognizes today in Venezuela.
The problems here in terms of who to recognize stems from the Venezuelan Constitution and its legislative body versus the Supreme Court, for example, and its executive branch. So who really has the legal authority in this country? It's a question that's been bouncing around with all kinds of debates for weeks now. For more on this, we're joined by Marjorie Cohn. She's a professor at Thomas Jefferson School of Law. She's good enough to join us. She's got a beautiful smile, and we're so glad that she's going to take us through this. Professor, thanks so much for being with us. So let's start with the National Assembly. What standing does the National Assembly have in Venezuela?
Well, Venezuela, the National Assembly is like the parliament, but it's really important to keep in mind, Rick, that regardless of what people think of Nicolas Maduro, he was lawfully elected in an election which was fair. The opposition boycotted the election, and the United States supported that boycott and then said, oh, it's not a legitimate election, but he was democratically elected. So just because people don't like his policies, what if people don't like Trump's policies? Does that give other countries the right to come in and change our regime? No, it doesn't, and it's illegal. It's illegal under the... Go ahead. What about the argument, though, that Maduro is bigfooting the National Assembly and not accepting the will of the Assembly? Well, he is the lawfully elected president, and the National Assembly has turned into a tool of Guaido, who has been cultivated for a decade by the United States. He's been back and forth to the United States, and he has been set up. He was little known before, but he has been set up to be this president in exile, so to speak, or this so-called interim president. But regardless, again, what we think of Maduro, he is the lawfully elected president of Venezuela, and regime change is illegal. It's illegal under the United Nations Charter. It's illegal under the Charter of the Organization of American States, and rightly so.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.